Hold on.
I just started the pod, then ran away. So the cigarette smoke doesn't get inside.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the Basics Podcast. You know what it do.
What it fucking do?
This is an organic. Look at that filter, dude. This shit's organic. This shit's healthy for you. This shit increases your testosterone.
I've got a little in there as well. It's mostly weed, though, which lowers your testosterone, which is why I'm such a femboy.
Ooh, we don't want that. I haven't smoked weed in months. This is straight the Nicky.
Straight Nicka. Straight Nicka. Oh, shit. Are we live?
We're live right now. Okay. So today, dude, I'm sitting in this chair. The chair's too tall. Hold on.
There you go.
I'm sitting in this chair today on the Basics Podcast, and we're live. Okay.
And we're live.
I bought $169 worth of headlamps today.
What?
Yeah.
Headlamps like for seeing? Or like, what do you mean?
I went on Amazon, and I just went, add to cart. And then
different ones or the same one?
Different ones that were on sale, different ones that had different battery capacities, different some that had red light for night, you know, when you're trying to look at the stars and whatnot. So your eyes stay open. And then ones that like focus and will shine out to like 300 yards away.
No like, fucking way.
I got
$160. How many do you think you got for 160?
I got like 6 of them, I think, or something like that. 7.
It's not bad.
I got a bunch, but Amazon's all free returns. So that's why I did it. So I could, like, I'm going to look at them. I'm going to see which ones I like. And then I'm going to keep like maybe like 1 or 2 of them, depending on my needs. Because one of them I got specifically, it's got like 9,000 amp hour, and it said it could last up to 40 hours. I'm like, that's useful. That's what I'm probably going to keep. But that one's fatty, dude. The battery pack on that one's fatty. But then I'll probably want to keep a slim one, you know, just easy, slim one. Because that's not too bright. Because if I'm in my tent or whatever, or doing something, I don't want something that's insane.
Right.
But then I got ones that are like stupid bright. It's one that strobe. So I just got a bunch of models that like test them all out, all rechargeable ones. Dude, if you actually go to the store, headlamps are hella expensive in the store.
Yeah, they are. Fuck yeah, they are. Bro, every sort of like little niche item like that doesn't have like an actual place. Like where the fuck would you go to buy a lamp like other than like Walmart or like maybe Radio Shack or like, I don't know, something like that. It's like
outdoor store.
Oh yeah, or an outdoor store. See, because yeah, that's the other thing. If you're looking at it like in an outdoor capacity,
they're expensive. You go to like Cabela's, fucking expensive. Yeah,
it's gonna be a quality one, but like you can find just as good a quality on like maybe 10% of the cheap ones. Like there is like the golden nugget of cheap shit all the time. Like you just got to find the right cheap shit. Like the cheap shit that came from the same factory in China after the name brand shit got done with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the same factory, same material, same machines. It's just now it's off brand and it's the same build quality. You just got to find that one.
Well, dude, and the ones that I was looking at on Amazon for rechargeable, because I want rechargeable, you know, I don't want to have to put. The thing is, like, dude, I go to Cabela's and I look at headlamps. They're all like, you got to put batteries in them. You got to buy put batteries. I'm like, dude, who the fuck wants to put batteries in? And then alkaline batteries, they're heavier. Or it can get a rechargeable one of the light ass lithium ion battery and it lasts longer.
Yep.
And it holds a longer charge. And so I bought $169 worth of headlamps.
Dude, but for the free return, do you have to drop it off at a UPS?
Yeah, or Whole Foods, but whatever. That's
what
like
the fuck?
Whole Foods drop off. Yeah, I mean they're owned by
Amazon. No way.
Bezos, man.
Damn, dude.
So
out here, like it's a sick concept, but out here the only UPS drop off is like in Missoula. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't want to move to Montana. I got two I got 2 or 3 of them already in an Amazon patch. I haven't opened it, but it was same day shipping because I was over the $25. Same day. I ordered it at like 10:30 this morning. And I already have like 3 of them already. And then I have some coming tomorrow now, some coming Saturday.
What the fucking shit, man. Same day. That is just fucked off.
Montana's cool, but like I need to.
Civilization is pretty sick as well.
I want to make money so I could have a vacation home in Montana for the summer. I don't want to be out there all the time because, you know, there is a reason why I'm trying to get my testosterone up. And I don't know where I was going with that.
No, listen, man, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the reason to get your testosterone up.
This is what I was going to say. I'm soft, so I need the civilization. That's what I was going to say.
Listen, man, let me tell you something about the game out here, bro. If you're out here, you're either and you're my age, you're dealing with a divorced person, a person with kids, or a retarded or crazy person. There is no one my age that is like an actual prospect that is like.
I thought you knew
what I'm saying.
I thought you knew a crazy person.
I do know crazy's okay with me, and that's fine. That's the route that I will go out here. Like if I am forced to, I will go crazy, and that's okay. But the and with a little mix of retarded too, because I want my bitch to be a little retarded. When you're out here, bro, I was talking to my coworker about this. It's hilarious because he grew up here, or like he's been here a long time, and he's like, yeah, it's like the families. It's like arranged marriages almost out here. It's like you are part of a 2,000 person community. Like the closest town to me it's like 2,000 people. When you're born, you grow up, you're raised, you go to the same place, and your parents pick out like who you are allowed to associate with. And then from that pool of people, like the parents both have to approve each other's marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to ask for permission to, like, that is how it is out here. Well, like you ask the father for permission to ask the daughter to marry. Like you have to ask the dad first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I thought that was normal.
Nah, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, that's normal, dude. You're supposed to ask the dad first before you ask the girl to marry you.
Absolutely not a chance. in most California situations, I can guarantee you that is not the case.
Okay, yeah, but that's how it used to be. That's how it used to be.
That's how it used to be. Absolutely, and that's how it still is out here. And so it's like, if you don't grow up in the community, or if you aren't like a member of said community, if you're an outsider, there's no way in. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. That's all.
I thought you got a crazy out there.
I do.
Nice.
And also,
I thought she loves you.
Nah. I mean, it's like,
watch the pod.
I don't know, maybe.
Well, hey, yo, crazy lady. Hot crazy lady. You're watching the pod right now. Give my man, Montana scientist, some nice loving. I'm a wingman.
I'm gonna clip that and save it. That's hilarious. You
clip it.
But for me, so my parents just came up and they took my trailer back. That boy almost died.
American spirits, dog.
He got that American spirit in him. He's got spirited.
Flynn. The key to life.
Oh no. Oh no. Are you doing the chant? You're just stopping? Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
What's the chant?
It's like, the chant. It could be any chant.
Well, there is something that I'm supposed to say after, but I don't remember. Discipline is the key to life.
I think it's the from Wolf of Wall Street. I think it's
No, this is from some other dude on Instagram.
No, I know, but that's what it should be. Is the
I'm like
Matthew McConaughey, the Matthew McConaughey chant.
Mr.
Anyway.
Break.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Producer Break.
That was a fast one. My parents just took my trailer back home, and it's now in Roble, Sacramento, or Robla. I don't know how the fuck to say it. I misspelled it on my Instagram post. I felt like a fucking idiot. But my shit's back in Sacramento, and it's not this winter, but I'm probably gonna come home for a substantial amount of time with the dog, like drive back. And hang. Are you about to die?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? Are you just having a stroke, bro?
I need oxygen. I was running and then I got it. Okay, that's my last one. I'm not smoking all tomorrow.
Hey, did you guys win in trivia?
Fuck no. We came second to last 2 weeks in a row.
Second to last. Wait, you got to get Darius in there, bro.
He was there yesterday and he kept giving the wrong fucking answers.
Darius was? I thought he'd be coming through with the shit.
No, what the fuck? He's dumb, bro. He's dumb. He's smart at some things, but trivia, he's dumb, dude.
Like is it pop culture trivia?
Okay, trivia, fun trivia question. We should come in with a trivia question every basics podcast. Okay.
Oh fuck.
Here it is for here it is for today. What is the first invention by mankind that went supersonic and surpassed the speed of sound? What is the first invention that broke the sound barrier?
It's got to be like either the whip or like a propeller.
Boom! Let's go. This guy got it. Wow, you're pretty smart. I need you for trivia now. You need to come back to town.
A whip? Is that okay?
It was the whip, yeah. You know what Darius said and what he was adamant about? And that he's like, no, put this
Chuck
on.
Yeager.
What?
Chuck Yeager, the first guy that broke the sound barrier in a plane. He's from Nevada City.
No, he's like, I thought it was like Chinese firework or something like that, okay?
Okay.
You know, like they invented gunpowder and fireworks. This motherfucker, he's like, oh, it's a fucking cannonball. It's a cannonball. I'm like, bro, this thing is not going faster than the speed of sound. He's like, no, bro, but what about, we go shooting all the time. What about subsonic 22 ammo? I'm like, okay. He's like, no, dude, I'm pretty sure it's a cannonball. Motherfucker, a cannonball is this big made of fucking lead? Come on, dude. Anyways.
That's pretty fire, honestly. I love that answer, bro. Hell yeah.
We put cannonball. Fucking guy. Okay, here's another trivia question. How many countries does the equator pass through? Come on, Mr. Geography, Montana scientist.
Shit,
I actually got this one right.
You guys did?
I did. I got this one.
Does it go through Indonesia? Anyway, I think probably like 6 countries, 6, 7. I don't know, fucking know, man.
11.
Oh shit, nice.
I took a guess and I got it right. I was straight up I'm like 11, and I got it right.
I was thinking 7. I was trying to think because it's like Africa's big as fuck, so it's like those are big countries. It only goes through like, yeah, okay, 11, nice. If I would have like taken like time to calculate, maybe I would have gotten up to 11.
If we would have had a map,
If I would have been able to look at a map. Oh, damn, I fucked myself. I could have looked at a map. Yeah, I don't like trivia, though. Fuck trivia, unless it's like pop culture trivia.
No, dude.
Like
you're coming to fucking trivia night when you're back in town.
Of course I am.
Because it's
trivia night.
I just like trivia night because it gets the boys together and we get to hang out and drink.
We're at the age where fucking trivia nights, the fucking the going out, dude. I love it. That's a fantastic transition.
And girls like trivia night. That's why I've been going. There was this hottie, dude. So they opened up a new brewery right by Dominic's Italian Deli.
Really?
And there was this hottie there yesterday, but dude, just blonde girl. Like we kept making eye contact, or at least I thought.
Wait, so who got kicked out? Who got kicked out of the shopping center? Don't tell me it was the little Mexican place.
Who got kicked out of what?
To make room for the brewery.
No, it was just open.
Yeah, in what building? In what existing space?
So you look at Dominic's like you're going to walk through the front door to the deli, which is on the corner on the right.
Right.
The brewery is now on the corner on the left.
Oh, so where Dominic's used to be?
No, closer to the Bank of America.
It's like a new structure?
No, it's there. I think it used to be the Taekwondo Academy.
Okay, see, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Do you remember when the Taekwondo Academy was there?
I think I had a tournament there. It was like Mare Nobles. We did boxing. I remember being in that area. I don't know if it was that one though. It was when I was very young.
No, the Taekwondo wasn't there for that long, and it wasn't there when we were younger. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't there that long, honestly, because like not many people were going to do Taekwondo.
Is it the one like right next to where the Dollar Tree was?
No, Dominic's. You're not even thinking about the right shopping center.
Okay, no, I'm just making sure it's not the little kids
You're
karate
thinking
place.
of Kovar's. You're thinking of Kovar's.
Yeah, I'm just making sure it's not the little kids karate. That's all.
It's not where it's not the same shopping center as Rayleigh's. It's across the street.
Okay, got you.
You know where Dominic's is?
Of course I do.
Yeah, it's to the left of Dominic's. So there's the deli, the Dominic's Deli, which is on the very corner, and then one door over, but it's connected, is the Dominic's
main
restaurant.
Dinner lobby. Yes.
Yeah. And then there's like next to that, there's like a thing, and then next to that, and then next to that. And then on the corner, on the left corner is the brewery.
Fuck it, dude. That's so sick. They're gentrifying Granite Bay even more than it was. I love it.
And then so they had beer last night, but the night before the week before they had this seltzer that they made. It was a strawberry guava seltzer. Dude, it was so good.
Was it sweet or was it sour or was it both?
It was sweet. It was good. It was the best seltzer I've ever had. It was good.
Damn.
Okay. But, last night they were out of it, and I was kind of bummed, so I had to drink beer.
Oh, you had to drink beer? I'm sorry.
Well, yes, yeah.
That sounds horrible. I was forced to drink beer. No, it's hey, bud, it's the way she goes sometimes. They don't got you drinking. Here, let me tell you what. I'm lucky if I get a Modelo Negro around here. It's like there's no diversity of beer. It's all Coors. They got rid of Bud Light, and I enjoy drinking Bud Light on a hot day. Nowhere around here serves Bud Light.
Coors Light's where it's at.
Coors Light's okay. I like Coors Banquet.
Banquet's
or what?
Banquet's good.
Or I'll take like a Miller High Life. I like a Miller High Life as well.
That's good.
Those are my two favorites. Coors Banquet, Miller High Life. But anyway, nowhere serves Bud. I mean, I'm lucky to get a craft brew when I go to Missoula because Missoula's so fucking congested now, bro. It's insane. It's like that city was not built for this many people. Like, none of the cities up here were built for how many people are in them now. It's nuts. It's like Roseville has had time to slowly expand.
Dude, Roseville, it's so far out, West Roseville. It should be like another city now.
That's what I'm saying, but it makes sense, though. And it's like, it's not that bad to commute across the city. If you go from one side of Missoula to the other, bro, it's taking you an hour. And Missoula is not as wide as Roseville. Like, Roseville's bigger than Missoula. And it's just, yeah. Anyway, also, I've got a war going on. And I don't know if I want to expose myself to the federal government since I'm clearly on a watch list now that I've paid my dues and have admitted to my crimes with the federal government. Um, I've also now started another war with the Forest Service, who is putting in a trail right near where my access to the river is. All right, we're producing.
I got a dead of water, dude.
Oh my god. All right. So I'm going to give everybody the exact ratio of ingredients that led to, I wouldn't say this is like the best chip dip ever. It's a really standard dip. It's near a normal guacamole, but it's just less avocado than you would traditionally add in a guacamole. It's more of a even parts avocado, tomato, onion, and cilantro. So it's like, and when I say even part cilantro, I mean I cut up damn near a whole thing of cilantro and threw it in this bitch. And then I use Alpine garlic seasoning and some Kirkland brand olive oil and some lemon extract, or lemon concentrate, because I was corrected at the store today. I asked this lady where the extract was, and she took me to this powdered shit. I said, no. What the hell is this? And then she directed me to the concentrate, not the extract. Anyway, it's fire.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
What you got?
I had to take it. Bro, I've been going through some shit, dog. I made myself sick. I'm a dirtbag.
What the hell are you fucking talking about? You sound like a punk.
Yeah, bro, the American spirits. It's hot out here.
You made yourself sick with American spirits?
Bro, it was like my fifth one in the day, bro.
Are you a fucking pussy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I smoke fucking dick all day fucking long, and you telling me you can't take a fucking 5 cigarettes to the fucking face? What the fuck is that?
It's fucking 100 degrees out here right now. And then the sun started poking through the tree over there and just started like blasting me.
My thermometer on the tree says it's a cool 70 outside. It's beautiful, man. That's my favorite time of year. And I got the sunset going on, bro. It's nice. It's a nice time of year. It's my favorite time of year here. And if you were gonna come up, now would be the time because you don't need AC and you don't need a heater. It's like it's perfect.
I can't right now, dude.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, bro. You've been asking me for like the last like
no. I'm not asking.
Years, and
I'm just continuously mentioning. Listen, there's only a few people that have open invitations here, and I just bring it up casually just because it's like, just letting you know it's still a thing. I'm just letting you know. That's all I'm doing. I'm not asking each time. I'm just like refreshing the memory, saying it's available.
I will make it there one day. I promise.
Hey, man, you don't got to rush. This is not going to change, and I'm never going to sell this place. I've decided I'm never selling this place. Like, yeah, it's got more monetary value. Maybe I'll take a loan out on it or something. You know what I'm saying? Use it that way. Or like an equity loan. I don't know how the fuck that shit works. But like use it as collateral, But I don't know. I don't think I'll ever sell.
Don't do it. You built it.
Yeah, man. My neighbors down the street. So the only other lady that lived up here full time on my side of the road in my area here, she sold to my other neighbors.
All your neighbors vacations now?
What's that?
They're all seasonal?
Yep. There's no full timers anymore.
Damn, dude. Gentrification.
I'm down, bro. I got this whole place myself, bro. I'm gonna be you bet I'm gonna be everywhere.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. No fucking neighbors is nice. And it's like fucking worst case scenario, something happens, something breaks. It's like I gotta walk like 6 miles to Quinn's. That's it. So it's not like I'm like without,
Mm-hmm.
Even if you like fuck something up bad, you can crawl 6 miles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You got people.
Yeah. And I got internet as long as I got a generator. And it's, Anyway.
Gas right now.
What's up?
How much is gas in Montana right now?
It's fucking $4.19.
I wish it was $4.19.
What the fuck is it there?
Like regular unleaded, the lowest I've seen is $4.80.
So it's still within $4. See, Montana used to be like a whole $2 lower.
Most places are like $5.30. Most places.
$5.30 a gallon. Do I even want to come back? I'm gonna be living right next to a bus stop, so I'm probably just gonna take public transit, pay $100 a month, just take public transit everywhere. So what's the farthest public transit gets to? Where are you? Are you looking to move out, or are you chilling here and saving up?
Yeah, I'm looking to move out, but like I don't really have any prospects to move out right now. I'd rather just like not pay.
Hell yeah, brother.
And I don't want to move out and just like how I had to do when we first moved out of the trailer and just like find someone on Facebook. I'd rather like move in with someone that I know, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because moving in with randoms, it's like.
What is Kyle doing? Does he have his shit together?
No.
How did he make it to the trivia if he doesn't have his shit together?
He walked all the way from 24-hour fitness all the way down to Folsom Lake.
He walked?
Yeah.
What happened to his car?
I don't know. It was in the shop.
Oh, shit.
He just got hired at Noah's, and he works part-time at United Artists Movie Theater. He's back in the movie theater.
He's back in the movie business, dude.
Except for one, but
he's back in the movie business. That's good for him, dude.
did I tell you about what happened on his job that he got? He got hired at University of Beer. They start you at $20 an hour, plus tips, plus benefits, and then like after a while, you get like a $500 monthly stipend for rent.
What?
And on his first day, he was supposed to be trained. He got there 2 hours early and ordered food and a drink right before his first shift. And then they saw him drinking. The manager saw him drinking and was just like, no. Sorry, dude.
He ordered a drink before his shift. Yo, that's some of the most Kyle-ass shit I've ever heard, bro. I love it. Shouts out to Kyle, dude. He is, if anything, that man has remained consistent. And you can respect the consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect it. That guy's got some code in his head that he's going by, man. And I don't know. He lives it. Because that sounds like Kyle. But is he drinking? Is that a problem? Or is he just like, he just wasn't aware that was a thing he shouldn't do?
I mean, he just wasn't aware that was a thing he shouldn't do.
Right. Which sounds like Kyle. That's awesome.
He's got 2 jobs now, so. Noah's Bagel pays $20 an hour.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What? Dude, the Montana pay scale is fucking so crazy different than California. That is wild.
Well, dude, I build shit for the whole fucking electrical grid, and I make. I'm not gonna say on air, but
yeah, man,
not much more than that. Yeah, I should be getting like $40 an hour.
Fuck, you guys got to unionize. What if you guys all stop going to work at once?
Dude, Amazon drivers make over $100,000 a year now.
No. Answer my question. What if you guys all stopped going to work to your work? And what if all the workers united and said, we need to negotiate a better rate? What if you all did that at once?
We can't afford to do that. We're all living paycheck to paycheck. We can't afford to do that.
Okay.
We need like a professional like union to come and help us.
That's got to exist, bro. The fucking solar union, is that not a thing? That's got to be a thing.
Solar, nah.
What? How is there not a solar
union? We're not even considered solar. We're considered controls.
There should be a control union, bro. You could start a control union. You become like you call it the 6969s. You know, that could be your number. You just make it up.
It could be the 80085s.
Is that boobs?
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck yeah, Dad.
We're the boobs union.
The boobs union.
Your local boobs. Join your local boobs.
Yo, that's like that could be a skit. That's a good shit right there. Fuck with that. Join your local boobs union. But really, but like it's solar electrical, controls. It's all the same shit. It's all the fucking same shit. You don't need a controller unless you got solar. That's a good rhyme. You should put that on the union slogan. You don't got solar unless you got a controller. And then boom, you're part of the solar union.
What's this week's podcast about?
What's the what?
What's this week's podcast about?
This week's podcast is about the impeachment of Joe Biden.
Did he get impeached?
It's begun. The official impeachment inquiry has begun.
Oh, cool. His last year in office.
Yeah, it could be. And also, I think Cornel West running in the Democratic primary is going to take away a lot of votes from Joe Biden, which I think may give Trump the upper hand, which I think will ultimately lead in Trump's re-election. That's what I believe.
What happened with RFK Jr.?
I don't think he's going to be a factor. That boy's too old.
Jack.
Mitch McConnell, not Mitch McConnell, fucking, what's his name that ran for president? Son of a fucking bitch. It sounds like Mitch McConnell, though. Oh, Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney just fucking stepped down as fucking like the head of the Republican whatever he was, and fucking stepped down from that shit because he's too old. He said, "I'm too old."
I know what this week's podcast is about.
What?
The Peru alien that the Mexican government just showcased, and
the
NASA
that nutted way too hard.
And
boy just nutted.
And NASA also just appointed a UFO director.
Oh, no fucking way. Shut the fuck up. You're going to have to pull up an article about that.
I will. I'm Mr. Producer.
All right, if you're eating chips, I'm eating chips too. Fuck it. What are you eating?
Dude, I need this so I don't fucking pass out right now.
I need it too. I haven't eaten all day. I've been moving shit around. I just put a new porch in. My porch that I took from Quinn's, I finally put that in.
That's what up. 2 hours ago. New York Times. Hold on, there might be a paywall.
Fuck the New York Times. Fuck a paywall. Fuck JSTOR.
Okay. 2 hours ago, this is from the New York Times. NASA, not a space agency, administration, introduces new unidentified flying object research director. The role was created in response to the recommendations of a report that found the agency could do more to collect and interpret data on unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Okay.
Pledging a new, transparent, scientifically rigorous look at UFOs, also known as UAPs, NASA on Thursday said it had appointed a director of research on the topic, and then kept the name of the director a secret for 7 hours.
They said, I ain't telling. Oh, wait, did they announce it now?
Blah, blah, blah. The panel's report released on Thursday did not attempt to provide a definitive answer to whether galaxy-trotting extraterrestrials are zipping through Earth's skies, but it does propose a bigger role for NASA in tackling the question. NASA will do this transparently, Bill Nelson, the NASA administrator, said during a news conference on Thursday morning.
Bill Nelson. What a fucking
During
name.
the news conference, Mr. Nelson first talked about NASA's Perseverance rover on Mars, which is collecting rock samples that might contain hints of life that lived there several billion years ago. He then turned to James Webb Space Telescope, which is studying planets around distant stars for clues that they may be habitable or even inhabited by life. The UAP work, he said, follows a similar yearning for learning about the possibilities of life elsewhere in the universe. This is the first time that NASA has taken concrete action to seriously look into UAP, Mr. Nelson said.
Okay.
Nicola Fox, the associate administrator of NASA's Science Mission Directorate, said the person serving as the new director of UAP research has been in that role for a while now, but declined to identify him. We will not give his name out.
Oh, what? Damn, that's why. Why the fuck not? I call bullshit on that.
On Thursday evening, the agency identified the director as Mark McKerney in an updated news release. So Mark McKerney's a dude.
Look him up right now.
He previously served as NASA's liaison with the Defense Department for UAP issues.
Oh, he's a defense contractor. Oh, Defense Department, you said. Okay, never mind. Well, he probably
came from, and he probably came from a defense contractor.
Right. Damn. Okay. Well,
but
he's probably just gonna stall shit. Why would Raytheon and Boeing and all of these other, aerospace companies, Rocketdyne, why would they want there to be aliens? Do they want there to be aliens, or do they not want there to be aliens? Or do they want to keep us
unidentified flying objects or unidentified aerial phenomena, not technically aliens.
Okay, so what would be the big money interest in that field? Would they want us to be looking for that or not? Or what do they want? Do they want us to think that there's some shit going on, or do they want us to know that there's not shit going on?
I think they want us. This is what I think. I think they want us to be interested in finding out, or at least show interest, the public interest in what's going on. They want the government to have programs that are researching these phenomena, in quotations, but with more public interest in this means the defense contractors are going to be getting more money from the government to do whatever they do.
Right. The more public awareness.
Yeah, without any interest in it, people won't be pushing the government to give them more money.
Gotcha. So this whole announcement could just be to generate interest, because NASA's a government agency, man. This could all be to generate just interest in this field, like you just said. That's what this announcement could be. Or what do you think this announcement is?
Yeah, it's a way for them to gain public interest in this, and a way for them to move money into the hands of this industry.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell fucking yeah. I agree. And I don't know why NASA's playing along with this. I don't like that. But they're kind of at the mercy, I think, of the big money, or the government money at least.
NASA always has been playing into the defense industry.
Right.
Because NASA's a public agency, right?
Uh-huh.
But the only stuff we get to see as civilians
True.
is stuff that is not deemed as national security stuff. If there's really high tech stuff, it always goes classified as defense stuff first. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%.
We only see stuff that's old. NASA, everything we see that's public for civilians that NASA does is all old tech. Old tech.
Of course. Sorry, my dip is really good, so I'm just eating this dip.
Well, I'm not walking so long. We used to make walk all the time at the trailer.
No. I perfected a couple things. I perfected whatever this chip dip is. Pretty much just walk.
You still put the fish sauce in it?
Nah, I took that out. Yeah, we'll never speak of that. The chicken, marinated chicken. I got chicken marinating right now. The mix from a marinade is impeccable. And it penetrates the whole chicken. I let it marinate for 4 days. Any more, it's not worth it. Any less, it doesn't penetrate all the way to the bone. I want my shit to the bone. I eat all my chicken off the bone. I ain't getting no breast. I ain't getting no other shit. All the chicken that I eat is off the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? 100%. There's a bone.
Sometimes I eat the bone.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Sometimes I stick that bone right up in my fucking dick hole and I fucking absorb it through my urethra sometimes.
But ate an eggshell today.
Hell fucking yeah, bro. I'm thinking about getting chickens just so that, you know, I could like pluck out each one of each of their eyes and just put it in my, you know, and just grill it. Or maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
Put a chicken eye in your ramen.
Exactly. Looking right back at you while you fucking slurp that shit. But no, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But anyways, you know, being able to perfect a few like food recipes. So I'm at the age where I have to be able to do at least a couple things right. You know what I'm saying? Like at least a couple staples. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. That get me, that can feed me and like. I don't get fast food out here, bro. There's no fast food. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta cook what I eat, and so it's like I had to get good at a couple things, which is now marinated chicken, vegetables, stir fry, or like grilled, any sort of vegetable. I got the spice mixture down pat, and rice. I've chosen rice rather than bread.
White rice with butter in it.
White rice with butter, olive oil, and beef broth. Use beef broth instead of water.
That turns that shit into brown rice, dude. You're talking about brown rice.
Yeah.
And rice.
Hell yeah. I fuck with that. And a lot of times.
Tan rice, Tannerite.
Tannerite?
Yeah.
Is that the shit that explodes?
Yeah.
What's Tannerite?
Oh, I wasn't there.
I wasn't there. Dude, yeah. Anyway.
So what up? What up with this alien? So okay, this alien.
Yeah.
This miniature alien. It was shown by the Mexican government, but this alien came from Peru. We've talked about this on the Basics podcast before. In Peru, in museums there are these skulls with elongated heads, elongated craniums. Their cranium capacity is like 2.5 times of a normal human. They have red hair, and they have no sagittal suture. So for our listeners, the sagittal suture is where when a baby comes out, it's a soft head, and the bone plates, they harden together and they form like a line that goes down the center of your head. You can feel it. A lot of people can feel it. I have a really like pronounced one because I'm lesser evolved. I'm kind of like a stegosaurus on top of my head. So I got really pointy sagittal suture.
No, you're a warrior, like you said in that text. You got the family warrior. So you got the hard head.
I got the warrior genes.
Yeah.
So in Peru, they find these skulls. And this is not like the miniature alien that was shown off recently. These are like big skulls. And they're called the Paracas people, or the Paracas skulls. And they're all from Peru. And there's also another alien that Dr. Stephen Greer. Do you know who Dr. Stephen Greer is?
Of course. The meteor impact guy.
No. That's a...
Who is he then? Who is he?
Dr. Stephen Greer, he's a alien disclosure guy. You would know him if you saw him.
Oh, I was thinking Graham Hancock. Sorry.
You're thinking Graham Hancock. Here, let me pull up a picture of Dr. Stephen Greer.
Is he the guy with the crazy hair?
No, he has like no hair.
Oh, damn! I have no fucking clue you're talking about. That.
Well, he has hair, but he's like balding. Okay, let me share my screen real quick.
Is he the meme? Oh no,
That's Giorgio Tsoukalos. Disclosure Project. Dr. Stephen Greer. You've seen this guy with Kyle. Kyle's played some of this stuff. He's low key pretty jacked.
Not bad.
Can you see that?
He looks like a fucking femboy in that picture.
No, he doesn't. He looks fucking thick as fuck.
What the fuck is he arching his back for, bro? He's poking his ass out like he's trying to get fucked.
This one? He's just okay. Okay.
Look at the arch in his back. Why is he poking his ass out?
Because he's got booty from all the squats he's been doing.
What the fuck is that about?
Welcome to the Basics Podcast, everybody. But okay, so he runs this thing called the Disclosure Project, and he'll put out videos every once in a while. Back when I was going to the Sierra College in like the early 2010s, I watched this documentary that he put out about the Acatama alien. Acatama that's in Peru. It's a mini or 6-inch alien that they did DNA testing on. Looked very similar to the ones that the Mexican government just revealed, which are from Cusco, Peru, which is also crazy. Cusco, there's a lot of old stone megalithic structures in Cusco, Peru. It's known for being a hotspot of like ancient stuff.
Cusco is where you go to get to Machu Picchu. Cusco is like the last like large city before you go on the road up to Machu Picchu.
Yeah, and in Cusco, there's ancient builder techniques.
Yes, absolutely.
Go back, you'll see those for all of our 2 podcast listeners. Like, go back and listen to them. That we talk where I talk about
highly informative videos.
So he made a documentary about the Acatama alien I watched with Josh Hall at his house, dude. We bought it on pay-per-view and we watched it at his house, like with his parents and everything. And they did DNA testing on that, and it's very similar to the ones that they just presented a couple days ago. They both have elongated skulls. They're tiny. They're not as big as the Paracas skulls, but those tiny aliens still have the like alien elongated skull and no sagittal suture that a regular Homo sapien does. That's a big deal because these heads that they find with elongated skulls, they're not headbound. You can look at headbound skulls and they're all deformed and fucked up from like the rope binding that people do. And you could tell like it's forming wrong. And they still, even when you headbind, you still have the sagittal suture because that's where the 2 bone plates fuse together. But all these alien ones, or these ones of unknown origin, or they have like partial Homo sapien DNA, and then they're like, I think the Mexican government just said has like 30% DNA that they can't identify. They all have no sagittal suture, which is pretty wild.
Damn. So they're pre-fused brains. So they're more developed, like you said.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. But so we find big ones. I'll just pull up a pic right now, Mr. Producer, the Paracas schools for people listening.
I think my dog has to piss. He drank like a gallon of water earlier. He might have to Mr. Producer it.
Hold on. I got this pulled up real quick.
I also fucking busted out of his fucking cage today. Motherfucker. Oh yeah, bro. Look at that shit. Look at the big ass dome, man.
So this one, this
cranial
in the museum, like this does not have a sagittal suture that should run across the cranium right here. And they have this red hair. These are in museums in Peru. You gotta look up this scientist called Brian Forrester. He does tons of research down there. But these are real skulls. These are big, like human head sized. So they're not tiny like the aliens that the Mexican government just talked about. But here's other ones. They find ones that are more closer size, but like down here, if you can see my mouse, this one is elongated, and here's some smaller ones. But they find They find them in that area of Peru, and they're red hair, which is not a genetic trait of that area. And
damn, that's wild.
there's theories about where the red hair comes from, and let me search up Akatama alien. Dude, I need a mouse. One of the theories I've heard about is that the red hair is actually a biblical genetic trait of the Canaanites, and that in the Bible, when the tribes of Canaan, so this is the small one I was talking about, the Akatama alien, but it has the elongated skull. It's tiny. Anyways, but okay, so for the Paracas people and the red hair, biblically, I heard a theory about how it ties back into like a biblical family line in the Bible, and how in the Bible it says like the Hebrews or the Canaanites like went out from their homeland and traveled out, and then I don't know, people tie it to their red hair to Peru. This is the basics podcast, so that's as far as I'm gonna get.
This is the basics podcast, baby. All right, I love it. I gotta take my dog out, otherwise he's gonna start pissing in here. So, give me 1 second.
Perfect timing.
My bad. I had to piss too. My dog pissed, and then I was like, damn, I got to piss too. You get that sunset, bro? Right in your face?
It's on my forehead.
So you got to figure out a place to rent in Rio Linda. You got to find a place in Rio Linda. It's cheap. I'll bet you apartment's cheap as fuck in Rio Linda.
Let me look it up. Depends how far it is from work.
Oh yeah, it's pretty far, huh?
That's like not where I want to be.
That's where I'll be when I move back.
Dude, the Space 7 is for sale.
Oh, really?
Rich wants me to get it. I'm trying to see how much they're trying to sell it. They just redid it and like fixed a lot of the stuff. It's just I would have to pay a little bit of a down payment and then like get a loan on it.
You totally should, bro.
But space rent just for the space now is $1,200.
What?
What was it?
Be only like $670.
Yeah, space rent's $1,200 since they sold the lot. Since they sold
It's doubled.
the park,
It's doubled.
pretty much. That doesn't include like utilities, so probably looking at like $300 for utilities. So then you're looking at $1,500, and then whatever my mortgage on the or loan on the mobile home would be like at least $1,000.
Yeah, if you do 30 years on like, let's just give them a crazy one and say 200. You know, they're going to be asking at least 200, I would think.
No, I heard they're going for like if they're trying to sell it before they have to sell it back to the mobile home park, and they're trying to sell it for like 50.
What? My parents sold for fucking 175.
Dude, that's what Rich told me.
My parents sold for hella, bro. If they did a remodel, anything like my parents did.
No, not like that. Just like simple stuff. Not like that.
Oh.
So, but like if it's like 2,000, say I'm like out of 2,000 a month. I'm like living paycheck to paycheck. It is a cool spot. Like like say I stayed there a long time. I had a family and whatnot, but it's close. It has good schools.
You're close to your parents.
I'm close to parents. I have my own spot, but at the same time, like I don't have any equity there. You know what I mean?
You do in the home, dude. You can move that if you wanted to anywhere you want. You save up, you buy land somewhere, and you develop land somewhere that you really want to bring the trailer. Then once you finish paying off the trailer in the park, then you fucking move it.
Okay, that's actually a good point.
You buy the cheap land and then you develop that at the same time, you know?
That's a good point. I don't know. Do you think
100%.
you should think I should do it?
I would highly consider it if it's affordable.
That's the thing. Like it's kind of like I'd probably be looking at an apartment around the same price, you know?
Dude, Logan is living in a home in a mortgage, like an actual house, and he's doing it by himself.
He gets paid way more than me though.
Right. It's like, dude, call Logan. Get a job with Logan. Boom. You be moving shit around. If you start out as a laborer, just like everyone, but you be part of a union making bank. I'm sure Logan could get you in there if you wanted to. And then boom, then once you got the fucking like 2 years of work with a steady paycheck like that, you qualify for so much fucking shit.
I know. I'm like going. I'm like 2.5 years in my place now.
Yeah, that's what they want. They want like that long, like, work history. So what did you say you were pre-approved for? Like a good amount, right?
I don't know. I started doing it, and I started doing the pre-approval stuff, and then all that relationship went down. Stuff went down, and
Gotcha.
I never finished it.
Gotcha. I just did the Chase one, and I was pre-approved for 200. So I was just looking at places in Spokane for like 200, and it was like, I could get a duplex, rent it out, enough to pay for the fucking mortgage, and then have build equity. I could do that right in Spokane.
I could rent a room. Kyle would love to like move back to the trailer park, but at the same time, I can't trust them if they rent.
Can't trust you.
So
shit, man.
But I would like to have my own place.
Yeah, this was my parents when they came up. This is their first time seeing the mobile home, and they were like, "Holy shit!" Because my dad brought a bunch of the wood flooring, like that grayscale stuff that they used to remodel the trailer. And because he bought too much of it, so he brought the rest up for me. And when he brought it in, he's like, "Oh shit! I wouldn't even redo the floors. You got laminate flooring. That's gonna last forever." It's like that trailer up there is like built like a brick shit house, man.
That's good.
Yeah. No, it's like I'm gonna get that thing running. I'm gonna have a place in the summer. I'm gonna come back to Cali in the winter. And I was looking, dude. There's a lot of shit that I could even work like living in the mobile home, just walking to. Did I send you any of the pictures of my dad parking it in the garage? It's in the garage now. Did you ever go out to the garage?
No, I've never been there.
Fuck, dude, we got to go out there.
Are you coming this winter?
Maybe. I might come for like a week or something. We'll see.
We'll go out there when you're back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like break the trailer out, get it all hooked up, make sure everything's running good. Because, dude, now I don't have to winterize that thing. Dude, you know how much of a pain in the ass that was? Fucking winterizing a whole ass fucking RV. Fuck, that shit sucked ass. And then de-winterizing it equally sucked ass. And so now it's like I don't have to worry about anything. Like it never freezes down there, like hardly. Like it does freeze, but not enough to burst pipes. Like burst pipes from freezing. When's the last time you heard of a pipe bursting from freezing in fucking anywhere?
Not here.
Not there, bro. That happens all the time out here. Everyone's like, "Oh fuck, my fucking pipes burst." It's like, holy shit, my pipes is bursting. Let me burst those pipes, baby. Shit. So what else about the alien?
I didn't actually watch the conference or anything. I just heard about it. I saw a post and I was like,
are we getting Buster back on?
I gotta talk to Buster. I gotta reach out to him.
Okay.
But Buster doesn't know anything about all the new stuff that comes out. He only knows about
his
experience. Remember, because we asked him that, like, what else do you know? And he's like, I don't pay attention to all that because I know they're real. I know they're here.
Right. Makes all the sense in the world.
Remember we went over we're slowly turning into the intermediates because you have to go on. We're almost 50. We had a podcast where we got into the idea of infinity, right?
Right.
And infinity be proven mathematically?
I think so, yeah.
If it can be proven mathematically, that means infinity exists in this realm, this reality, whatever you want to call it. It could be a hologram. It could be whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Infinity exists. If infinity exists, this is just my reasoning, but that means that all possible outcomes that have existed and will exist. And that means aliens are here on Earth right now, this moment, this present as I'm speaking right now.
Right. And there's an argument to be made that's like,
can you move that Mountain Dew?
It ain't a Mountain Dew. It's a merchant's craft, baby.
It's like right by the camera.
Sorry. Yeah, dude, because the there's another train of thought that says the proof of this, that there are like these parallel or just like infinite world theory, the infinite world theory, or whatever it is, however you want to look at it, because there's a shitload of ways to look at that, right? But there's one example of a potential proof of that, and that is dark matter. So that energy that we feel, it could be gravity spilling over from the other parallel universe. What's that?
Dog's chewing on your bed or something.
You mother. Oh, it's okay. That's his toy.
Oh, it looked like it was like chewing on the corner of your bed.
No, he's chewing on his little rope. Thank you, though. I appreciate you. Because that motherfucker will do that. But like dark matter is just the energy, like, our galaxy has a certain amount of mass. Doesn't explain the rotational speed of all the stars in it. So it's like, does that mass that spills over from the other universes influence the physical realm in that way through dark matter? Because that's what dark matter does, is it affects the physical matter that we see.
Bro, I think we talked about this. Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist, the original anime?
No, but I did download it when you told me to.
Dude, you gotta watch it, bro. You gotta watch it. And the final movie, because the final movie is like the conclusion to the anime.
Oh, yeah?
The first one, not Brotherhood. The first one doesn't go with the manga because they finished the anime before the manga finished. But I like the ending of the original one better. Dude,
okay. It's
right up your alley right now that you're talking about. But I can't talk anymore. I can't say anymore or else it'll swell. But it's fucking sick. The idea of it dark matter spilling over. It's that you'd love the idea of.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking. There's a reason why I had brought it up on the pod in the past. I think we were talking about the same idea.
This could be it, but that is how I would quantify what you're saying in terms of what is most likely to be real. Because that doesn't explain it, but if that were to be true, that is why that happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like dude,
I don't see why not, because you think about this, what we have, we've been able to, when did we first discover the electromagnetic spectrum and the ability to utilize light waves?
I think it was more of like
1800s, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, let's just say the last 200 years, we understood, and not even it completely, not even the whole electromagnetic spectrum, but right. So we have our visual spectrum, and then there's all this shit over here that we can't see, but there's so much stuff going on just in the electromagnetic spectrum. There's other stuff like that's out there in this universe that we don't even know about,
that we aren't perceiving.
Well, and other forces, the electromagnetic, we use that for electricity. We use it for lighting our homes.
Something very recently, a new force that we have just been able to interrogate the universe with, which we've talked about many times on this podcast, is the gravitational force. We now have gravitational arrays that can look at the universe through gravity, and that's why all of these questions about dark matter and all of these, which these energy densities that put off this gravity wave in space-time, we are now able to look at this, and it is changing our view of it. But it is just so new. It's within the last couple of years. It's all that I have said on the podcast is really kind of all that there is in terms of the gravitational array. That is a new force that we are looking at the universe through. And there are other, why would there not be other forces that you're able to look at the universe through as well?
Isn't there a train of scientific thought? It's older, but that everything gravity has to do with magnetism. Isn't like that an older thought of like what gravity
is? Oh, well, yeah. It once because we discovered magnetism way before gravity.
Right.
So that was like kind of like more of a, oh, this does this, then this would also make sense if it did this. If we got this rock from the earth and this rock can pull things towards it, then if we're standing on more of that rock, then it's pulling us towards it too. Or like something like that. You know what I mean? Like that is a very primitive way of looking at something scientifically, trying to explain something through a causal effect, not a, it's like, or sorry, a correlational effect, not a causational. So that would be like a correlational effect, like, oh, I'm stuck to this rock. If this rock sticks other rocks, then all rocks must stick things together. It's like, that's a correlation. That's not causation. So in order to find the causation, you had to go, hundreds of years later to gravity and to electromagnetism and to all of these other things. But yes, that was an early train of thought.
But what I was getting at is like, what if there is like some other sort of explanation for, because I've heard like, obviously that's not like the, what do you call it in science? The conventional thought about what explains gravity. But
oh, right. No. So what you're getting at, what you're saying is that we have not found the graviton yet. We have not found the graviton. We have not found the force carrier particle. We have not discovered what that is yet. So that's why gravity is still a mystery, is because there is supposedly a thing called a graviton that we use in science to talk about gravity, but we have no fucking clue what the fuck that is. It's like a graviton we have never observed a graviton. We don't know how. It's like, yes, it travels through space-time, so there has to be some sort of force carrier, like light or something, like, like a light is a photon, and it's like electromagnetism is electrons. It's like everything has a force carrier particle, and we have not found the one for gravity yet. And so it's like, what the fuck is that? We thought it was the Higgs boson particle, but that just ended up being a field particle, which emanated a field. It was actually, it was completely different than a force carrier. It was a force like emitter.
I've heard theories of that everything is shades of magnetism. But
yeah, that's possible.
There are fringe theories, and obviously we haven't figured anything out, but different types of magnetism, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's entirely possible. That everything is all on that same spectrum if you look at it in a certain way that we're not looking at it.
I think Tesla was on that vibe.
Dude, free energy, bro. He was emitting energy. That bro figured out a way to just share energy, just free.
I think Tesla, from what I've read, was on that vibe that gravity is not gravity as conventional physics thinks of it, but is actually like some sort of magnetism that we have yet to explain, maybe from like using gravitons or whatever.
Right, whatever that is.
Because I don't know. I'm not him, so I'm not gonna try to explain it right now.
No, but like I said, like we don't know what a graviton is. Like a graviton is just something to say. What?
I don't know. You know that saying?
What?
I'm not him, or he is. No, I don't know. Whatever.
I know that. Bitch, I'm him. Quit playing. That Big X song that you sent, Big X Texas. Bitch, I'm him. Quit playing. Is that the one that you sent me? Was that you?
Texas.
I told a bitch I'm him. Quit playing. Yeah, that's a banger song, bro. You should play that song. Absolute banger.
Can't play music on here. The rights.
Dang. Anyway, yeah, man. If you want to talk about, you started this off by talking about infinities, and if it's like mathematically provable, I think it is. But it's like, is there a difference between irrationality, like infinitely irrational, or like a pure infinity? Like, who knows, man? That's like a philosophical question. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're talking about.
Say that again. We should just turn this podcast into the Philosopher's Podcast.
We could, man. I just listened to a real good philosophy podcast, man. You got to listen to this one called Philosophize This, man. It's a good one.
Say that, I think, again, irrational or rational?
Well, the difference between like an irrational infinite and like a true infinite. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So there's a difference. There's a difference in infinites. There's like a number infinite, which is like a pi, right? Pi is infinite, 3.14, blah, 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 blah. It's infinite. It's an irrational number, though. It's irrational. It's the radius of a fucking circle, something that we came up with. It's infinite because we conceptualized it and applied math to it. Right.
I want to say one thing real quick. That's where geometry is, and like the idea of sacred geometry is. In circles, that's an irrational infinite number. But when you model things through pictures geometrically, you can get exact answers versus our numerical equations. You get the irrational pi number. So that's why a lot of out there scholars, they like to talk about sacred geometry and these ancient cultures and how they did their building techniques, and why you see them carve like the flower of life into their stone is because the way they did their mathematics, they did it differently than how we do them. They used geometric to get exact in their however they did their civilization.
Absolutely. Especially if you're talking about like carving the stone and all that. But what I want to say in terms of geometry is like, I'm not
saying just carving stone. The way they thought about mathematics was like like hieroglyphics. A picture says 1,000 words. Our language, when it comes to mathematics, and our symbols for language are exact, but you get those irrational numbers that go on forever. But when you have a picture, you can have something precise. And that's how with geometry, you can have something precise through a picture of mathematics. It's pretty crazy. You got to listen to this dude, Robert Grant. He's a legit.
But also you can get infinities in geometry as well, like a Mobius strip, like that sort of a thing. Like you can get.
I'm saying, it's a model of infinity that can be, but with a picture you can have.
I agree completely. It's like it's a when you're talking about communication and all of that sort of stuff too. It's like as you build a civilization, it's like if you're gonna have this concept of a thing a certain way, then it's gonna enable you to do all these other things. It's like it's a great tool to have if you're thinking about things. But anyway, back to like a true infinity, which is not something that is like irrational, right? Like a true infinity, something that is like truly infinite. It's like, I don't know. What would you call that? Would you call a black hole infinite? Would you call the universe that we have infinite? Because if you do that, then what you have to say is that we're the only universe, and you have to preclude the idea that there's potentially more universes, which would mean, is that infinite, or is it go past that? And then are there more universes past that? So it's like, there's a lot of, and you can just keep doing that like over and 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 over again for a million times. So true infinities, do they exist? I don't know. Do mathematical infinities exist in the terms of irrational numbers? Yes, for sure. Like 100%. And that's how a lot of Einstein's equations ended up being infinite and proving black holes, was because of the math. And it just being like, oh, this thing should exist. It turns into an infinity. And then they look and they observe something that would be consistent with something having the characteristics of something infinitely dense and infinitely small.
Are fractals considered infinite?
Yeah.
Infinitely small and infinitely big?
Yeah.
So you can exist in one portion and see like your surroundings. Like here, say we're in a fractal universe. We can see our observable universe, but the smaller you go, it's infinite, but also the bigger you go, it's infinite.
Right. And the only thing in our universe is that the smaller and bigger that you go, there's different forces acting on you. So it's like, if you go down to the atomic level, the main thing is going to be like, the strong force and the nuclear force and like the basic tiny forces that hold everything together. And then if you come up here, gravity is one of the main forces, of the big. And then you get up onto the star levels, and then it's like dark energy and dark matter are the big players in it. And it's like, there's just, we could be living in a fractal universe. And I think we probably are. If there's any answer to it, it's we're fractal, and we are infinite in that terms of things, where it's like, maybe it's not like all the options are happening all at once, but it's just like everything is happening all at once. It's like not all the options, but everything that is happening all at once, all over the place.
That movie, Everything I forget. It won a bunch of Grammys. Everything is happening all the time. It go or something like that.
Everything all the time, all at once, or something. Yeah.
The saying, like the whole saying is like everything is happening all at once, all the time, everywhere.
Yeah. Right. Essentially, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying though.
Which I just thought of this, like, and that's why the new train of thought is like a holographic universe, and that the information of everything is everywhere all at once, but it doesn't actually portray itself in everything all at once, but the information's there. You know what I'm talking about, kind of,
and we're just like one layer of a film that's catching some of the potential, and we're just like part of that potential, like what could be.
If you're thinking about it from like a hologram from a 2D into a 3D, but when you exist in the 3D, you still have all the information within you. It's like how a computer program, let's say there's a computer program. You say we're playing The Sims, right? And you're a character in The Sims. That character in The Sims still has all the information of the software, but it's only being represented as that one character, even though everything is all connected within the computer program. If you because you are physically a part of the program, you still have all the information, but it's only being represented as like me. I don't know. It's fucking hard to explain. I don't do a good job of explaining it.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. In terms of like,
I just dropped it. I dropped it and I didn't put it down. I just fucking dropped it. But
I couldn't pick it up. It was too heavy for me. It was too heavy.
No, you're probably picking up, but I feel like I'm just fumbling it and dropping.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. You're good. No, because when you talk about this stuff, it's hard because the human language is not equipped for like this level of thought. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're on a level of thought that's like, we've taken all of the mushrooms, we've done all of the things. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have opened our minds up and studied, and we've learned. And it's like maybe my knowledge of human language isn't the best. Are there more vocab words I could know? Yes, of course. But it's like also, I feel like even when I knew the most words that I was ever going to know, because I'm sure I've forgotten words, but it's like it's impossible to communicate a lot of things. Or maybe it's because I'm autistic. I could just be autistic. So maybe that's why I can't communicate with words. But I feel like words are hard, and it's like the language is not equipped to talk about a lot of crazy cool shit that we want to talk about now that we've never had to talk about. When has society been so existential in its like view of itself? It's like the Roman Empire did not know what the fuck it was doing. It's like we now, like the kids nowadays, you know what the kids are saying? The kids are saying fucking
for real. I know,
dude. Yeah, the kids are fucking like not woke, but they're awake. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're at a time in society where it's like people are talking about shit that has never been talked about, and I don't know. I feel like it's not just in America. I feel like it's everywhere. I feel like the internet has connected everyone so that it's all on like a global, like a fucking world brain. Like we got like a world brain. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's like there is a level of groupthink, man, because of the internet. It's like everyone's thinking the same shit because everyone's connected to a certain degree. And it's like, to what degree do you buy into it or not? It doesn't matter, because if you're online, you're getting part of that groupthink from the world. The world has put this together, which is the internet. And it's like, depending on how regionally you're online, because like here, it's like you kind of, or in most places, you get to curate your own space. You're curating your own space, but like you can't influence what goes viral and what your friends share. And so that's kind of what I mean in terms of like groupthink. It's like everyone gets the same shit shared to them. It's like I'll find myself going to share something to you or Darius or like my other friend Heather, and it's
you
like,
already saw that I liked it.
Yeah, exactly. All that shit. So it's like, what level of groupthink is going on if we're all getting the same shit all the time? And it's like there's got to be a lot. It's got to be a lot of like simple brain shit going on where it's like if you're that tuned into it. But that's why you got to tune out. last couple days, man, the sun's been getting lower. I've been getting less solar. I've been turning off my internet. I've been turning off my shit. And I haven't done that since I got internet because I went a year without internet. And then now I did a year with internet. You know, we started the podcast when I got internet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a little over a year. And now I'm like, dude, I fucking moved up here to be off grid, get away from the internet. I remember that. I remember choosing to do that, like consciously, being like to get away from things. And then now I'm back on it. But it's like, I will still. What?
It sucks you back in. It's hard to get away.
It's hard to get away, man.
Then like you're away for a little bit, and a lot of times, I'm not saying like this, like is your experience, but if you feel like you start to miss out on stuff, you know, like it could be like, I could be like off the internet for like a week, and then something small happens. I'll be like, oh man, I missed it. You know, I wasn't there until, you know, it could be something small. Just like, it's terrible.
It used to just be like, where were you when Michael Jackson died? And now it's like, where were you when the 500 fucking refugees on the ship fell into the Mediterranean? And it's like, am I supposed to be paying attention to all this stuff all the time? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. I've actually been pretty good. Like when it comes to news stuff, now I haven't been really tuned into the news cycle. Like the only reason I heard about the alien stuff recently was because people at work were like, oh, I talk about aliens and stuff at work. I talk about all this stuff. And
so now anything.
Oh, did you hear about the alien?
You first.
I'm like, did you hear about the alien? I'm like, bro, I've been knowing about aliens. What's new?
What's new? Hit me with it.
Bro, I met them on my last DMT trip, dude. I talk with them, dude.
Yeah, that's my homie. That's
that dude, his name is yeah, we go way back, dude.
Yeah, that's my homie. That's my that's OG. Shit.
I'm pretty good. I don't watch like any political stuff. Like I know who I'm voting for. I don't care about new people. You know, I'm a ride or die. Let's go. Of course. So I haven't been watching any politics stuff. Like, yeah, I heard about the Biden stuff, but it's not like I've been like paying attention to it. It's just like the news cycle was just a drain, dude.
Well, so Kevin McCarthy is going to shut down the government. It's going to get shut down.
Is it though? They always say that.
They do, but it might happen. And you know, we always cover that. We've covered that in the past. We got to cover it every time it happens. You know. Last time that happened, that was what was it over? It was over something else. Anyway, never mind.
Okay, thought experiment. It's a simple one, but let's think back. What within the last year, what would you say was the biggest piece of news that has come out and has actually changed our lives in any way to where like this big thing happened and, you know, it was important to us. It actually affected our lives.
Ukraine war. Easy.
Yeah, but that wasn't this past year. It's been going longer than a year.
It's over a year now.
And COVID was over a year. We have had all the trickle down economic stuff from Ukraine war and COVID, and we're like reaping our fucking rewards from that now. Gas is like fucking high. Everything's.
That's what I was gonna say. But in terms of like actual like policy changes, you mean?
No, just any news in general. What do you think the biggest piece of news has been for 2023?
Biggest piece of news.
Honestly, like it's hard for me to like pinpoint something, put a finger on something.
I know what it is for me personally out here in this area, but in terms of like the whole world, fucking.
Is there any new inventions that have come out this year? Anything revolutionary or that may turn into something revolutionary? I genuinely don't know. That's why I'm asking this question.
So they thought they had we talked about it not too long ago. They thought they had the room temperature superconductor nailed in, but they really didn't. So that was a false. That was
doesn't count.
That was false. That was cap. Did you say that was cap?
No, I said it doesn't count. But that was been a better way to put it. That's what the kids are saying these days.
Yeah, that shit was cap, bro. That was cap. Dude, I don't know, bro. Other than like fucking confirmed housing unaffordability. Like confirmed American Dream dead this year, I feel like was confirmed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that, but that's like a culmination of things.
It is. And it wasn't really a news story, but I don't know. That's how I feel this year. I'm like, dude, fuck, everything's fucked. It's like, dude, if I did not buy this place and do stupid shit like I did, like getting some shit that I didn't need at the time, and now thinking back on it, I'm like, I don't know if I would ever even be able to afford to build a place on this land that I have already. So it's like, yeah, being where I'm at, I'm like, I would be pissed off, you know?
On lines with that, one thing I noticed today while I was at work, in my department or in the warehouse, like, so there's two locations. We're right down the street from each other, but we're in two different buildings. There's like the head office, and then there's a production warehouse. Hold on, this will be quick. But in the head office, there's like all the business people and the engineers, and then there's a production warehouse. Everyone in the production warehouse gets paid less. I noticed today everybody was eating fucking ramen in summer, dude. Hot ramen, because they needed to eat cheap, dude. Everybody was eating ramen just to save, because no one can afford anything anymore, or normal food. It was like fucking ramen, the cheapest white bread, and then there's people eating the cheapest white Wonder Bread you can get in the cheapest deli.
Mayo and bologna.
Mayo and bologna, bro. The cheapest, and maybe some of the cheapest cheese you can get. Walmart sliced cheese.
Oh, cheese, they fancy.
Bro, but that's what I'm looking at when I see these people eating lunch. It's like, dude, my coworkers are straight up like, everybody's eating ramen right now, the cheapest shit. And like, we're talking about it, and just like, I was talking to one of my buddies, and I'm like, you're always eating ramen every day. He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, I got to do everything I can to afford to be able to buy property one day. Just, it's fucked. That's all I was going to say. Is like, I just noticed today, it was a conscious notice that everybody's eating ramen right now.
That's fucking crazy, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's
not good. That means like everyone is sacrificing their health, their physical health, just for money. It's not good.
It's horrible. It's probably the worst economic conditions that have existed in the last 120 years.
There's some people that say it's worse than the Great Depression. I've heard people try and rationalize that. I don't know how true that is, because I didn't live during the Great Depression. But I don't know, dude.
Listen, man, if you're under 30 or under 35, and there's people telling you that you're just like, yo, you should fucking own a house by now, bro. I owned a house when I was fucking 25. It's like, listen, if you hear anyone telling you that, you go up to them and you physically assault them. Okay, you hit them with an open palm in the face.
That's not.
You just fuck. Yeah.
Dude, okay. So I'm single now, and I'm going through these dating profiles. On Hinge, there's one like prompt that says, what's your dream? What's your life goal, or some shit like that? There's so many profiles I see where it's the girls say, my life dream is to one day own a house, to one day own a home, because no one can afford it anymore.
Yeah, that has become the American dream. It's like just to be able to fucking own a place. And you can't do it. It's unachievable. The American dream used to be able to fucking retire, white picket fence, you have your own land, everything like that. Now it's like, give me a fucking apartment building place that I can live in. Give me a condo. I will live in a condo.
You don't even get a yard.
Yeah, they don't even have a yard. There's no space. It's like, fuck, man. So anyway, But yeah, that's kind of in the last year, I feel like that has materialized in a lot of people's lives. And that's why I think that's the biggest story. Like the news break is that, yeah, unemployment is at an all-time low. However,
but it's also they fudge the numbers with that unemployment number too, the government.
It doesn't matter, dude. It's just like people are back to work. COVID is over. COVID's over. No excuses. It's like economy should be back booming. Everything should be good. And it's just not. And it's like something happened. It was a power grab by the fucking, corporations to consolidate profits and earnings. They gave them all to the shareholders. They did nothing to help the employees. They let the largest user base of government benefits is Walmart employees. It's bigger than non-Walmart employees. The largest user base of American United States benefits is Walmart employees. That fucking company should provide all those benefits to all those employees so that the US taxpayer is not paying for the largest percentage of users of the system. Walmart should be doing that, not the American taxpayer, if we're going to work in this system, okay? And that has just become increasingly apparent through the pandemic, when everything got pushed up to against the wall and everything was like, what are you? Are you going to go for the...
So are you saying that the government shouldn't be spending money like that? And are you advocating for smaller government?
Yes. Well, in terms of spending on non-superfluous shit, if we're going to exist in a capitalist system, if that is truly how we are going to exist, that the companies earn the profit, not the employee, the company earns the profit, not the employee. Right? If it's not going to be a cost sharing mechanism and it's going to be capitalistic, then you cannot take those employees and take away like the value that they're earning and then take value out of the tax system to help those people too.
Right.
It makes no sense.
I don't even consider that like capitalism. There's got to be like another term for what's going on.
It's shareholder profiteering. It's like the way that you go about gaining capital is just by sucking it out of your employees. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like back in the day.
What I'm saying is like the relationship between a company that profits in a capitalist economy, but then at the same time, they're being subsidized by the taxpayer and government to support their employees. I'm saying that's not pure capitalism. There should be another term for that relationship, that economic relationship that's going on there. And
there should be.
There may be, I don't know what it is, but like, I wouldn't consider what's going on to be, I don't think we live in a capitalist society. There's got to be another like terminology for what's going on right now.
Oh shit, man. We 100%, we live in a place where, so the only place that we aren't capitalist, and because all that means is competition. That's what that means. It's right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's,
when you're getting subsidized by a taxpayer, that's not competition.
No, it's not. But the issue is that there's no other choice in that sense. It's like there are systems that exist right now that are more inefficient with that burden than they should be. It's like, because there is a for-profit pharmaceutical industry and healthcare industry. The entire healthcare industry is for-profit. So it's like that plays into the inability of the US government to provide the benefits to these Walmart workers that, if we are going to say that the worker isn't the one making the money for the business, because the worker that needs this healthcare, they're working in society, right? They're in this society, working for a company in society, and they are creating value. Those are the hands. Walmart as a company, yeah, they earn profit, but it's like, who is earning that profit? Who is making that profit? It's the people in the fucking store selling the fucking shit. Or, you know what I mean? It's like, it's the people there. It's not the manager and right. The district manager and the fucking it's not the hierarchy. It's the people that are making the money for the company. And
Well, they have
if you're not going
their role, but it's not equal in the distribution of like how much they're bringing to the table.
the value that they are earning the company by doing what they do is not equivalent to what they are given monetarily in their paychecks
Right.
at all, at fucking all. And that's why unions are so scary. And that's why one of the biggest news items in the last year was unionization. Like if you're going to union bust as like a business owner, if you're going to say, hey, I'll give you some of this if you like don't sign this. If you union bust, that automatically legitimizes the union and gives them the ability to start negotiations immediately. No strike necessary. No strike anything. The union is legitimized through the government. And so you could do this. You could, with this new law that is in place in the last year, if you say that you're starting a union and any sort of combative, tactics are used against you in the creation of that union, you are instantly legitimized as a union. So it's like unions have just become so much more like reinforced and solidified. And that's just in terms of like workers and labor, which is like the largest percentage of people in the United States. I would say most people are like laborers and workers, right?
So do you think that, most people,
Like not most people are business owners. Like there was a time where like a lot of people were business owners, but it's like most people are not business owners.
no, small businesses during COVID got crushed.
Right.
So do you think like we're headed towards a new workplace revolution?
Yes, absolutely. I would hope so, which has been kind of contradicted by the trends now where it's like everyone come back to the office, It's like no more working from home. The American worker proved that they were able to work from home during COVID. No drop in productivity for most American companies in terms of actual productivity. There was very little to no drop in productivity at all of these companies when they went remote, like a lot of them. And
But
that just proves
not all jobs can be remote though.
what's that?
Not all jobs can be remote.
No, but the ones that are office jobs. Office. I'm just saying office jobs.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about like
aren't office
warehouse
jobs shrinking? Like the amount of office jobs are shrinking like vastly, also because of automation, AI, and like the ability for software to be able to do what 10 people used to be able to do in the past.
Right. And the 4-day work week. And that's coming into play. I think the work landscape is changing. I think it's taking a more considerate approach to the person, but that could easily be stopped. It could get regulated, which is another reason for not large government. If they start to regulate productivity standards, which would be insane if they did that. But that's a possibility. And I wouldn't say it's guaranteed, but I think the workplace is moving in a generally better direction.
I don't know about that.
Why? So
I don't think the needle's being moved much.
In terms of like, in terms of the quality of workspace, or in terms of the,
well, like you're saying with like Walmart, that all their employees use government benefits. Like I was saying at mine, like people are all struggling to eat quality food because they have other bills to pay for. I don't see any active movement of the needle when it comes to those things for the betterment. I don't see
that all has to do with like the monetary policy of those companies, right? So if you're gonna, there's two different conversations to have. There's the structural payment of people in the corporate space, and then there is the corporate space itself, where there are trends and norms that happen and exist. So it's like those are two different conversations. In the like San Francisco Salesforce Tower, perfect
office space idea. Yes, it's a very progressive work environment where things are trending in the right direction. Like, where you have your ideals set, in the workspace. Are most companies abiding by that workspace and that ideal? Absolutely not. They're doing the exact opposite. And, in general,
I think a lot of them can't afford that. It's only like those companies that can profit vastly and have that wiggle room, because a lot don't. Especially smaller companies.
See, but we were talking about the vast majority of people now are not small business owners, they're workers and laborers. So it's when it comes to those bigger companies that don't have a valid workspace to occupy, then yes, it should be fought vigorously. It's that needs to be opposed at every turn possible. But they're the corporate world is moving in the direction of I've had to go through several trainings recently, just as a leadership team member at my work, and it's just does corporate America have some good ideas? Sure, yeah. It's moving in the direction of you know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking personally. I by no means am proclaiming what is or what actually exists. I'm just saying it's from what I've experienced, the general United States workplace, if it's a good company, is moving in the right direction. But are most of these large companies that exist and turn a profit at the expense of their employees good? No. So those are two different things that I'm talking about. Good companies and bad companies, right? It's the company that I work for, very good company. Walmart, bad company. I don't know what else to say. Amazon, bad company. I don't know what else to say.
I heard today the Amazon drivers are making over 100,000 now.
Because they got in probably with the fucking UPS and whatever other FedEx union deal.
Yeah.
Unions. Again, a union. Right? Is that why?
I don't know. I don't even know if it's correct. That's just what I heard today from someone.
I'm pretty sure it's because it's part of that whole union thing that I was talking about. Because it's people are unionizing, bro. This is a legendary time for unionizing and the worker owning the means of production. I'm not a Marxist, but I do have a little commie in me. And I think the worker should own the means of production. If you're the one doing the labor, making the product or selling the product or doing the thing, yeah, there should be, some investment shareholder payout, but it should not be the majority. It should be the minority.
Profit sharing.
What's that?
Profit sharing.
Profit sharing. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that was one thing that when I started at this company, it was part of your benefit package was profit sharing. But I'm coming up on 3 years now and I haven't, because of all the COVID shit that happened and business dealings and shit that went sideways. I haven't gotten profit sharing. It's going to come up on 3 years. Probably not going to get any.
See, that's bullshit. Especially if you were told that at the beginning.
And that was a big part of my compensation for working here,
Yeah, man, I would bring that up big time. This is the time to do it.
So
this is the time to stand up for yourself as an employee, which I had to do with my own company. I did it myself. I was my own best advocate. That's all you could do. And I came out on top.
Yeah, I was trying to get the 4-day work week. That would have been sick.
4-day work week wasn't even what I was talking about, but yeah, we got that too. And it's that's also what I kind of mean in terms of the American workspace. It's we're kind of trending towards 4-day work weeks. It's it's great.
Yeah, there's some people that want it, but then there's other people that are well, if you only
keep me away from my nagging wife.
No, there's people okay, are you going to be competitive if someone's working extra? Because there's always going to be that person that works if you work 4 days, there's be person oh, I can gain an edge by working 5 days, or I can gain an edge by working 6 days, or oh, you even take a day off, I'll go 7 days. And there's
No.
just people that are just
No.
workhorses and they're built like that. But most people don't want to be workhorses like that. You know, they don't live to work like that.
No, and that brings along with it an improvement in the quality of life of the citizens of the society. You know, if you're talking about society stuff, which is kind of how it started, what we were talking about, it's like if we're talking societal level, doing that is going to make everything better because everyone's more happy and more able to have free time and do things of their own accord, not be part of this goddamn fucking system that has been set up, you know?
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know.
We got some people in the chat. We got Isle Walks. I think he left, but he was watching for a minute. My buddy
Shouts out to him.
Nate from work. He said we're talking about magnetism. He commented, "There's another form of magnetism. It's called sexual magnetism."
Legend.
And then Rich is in there, and he said, "We're talking about news. What's big news?" And he said Hunter Biden and the Epstein sex trafficking shit, which I don't agree with him on that topic because that has literally nothing to do with me and that has not changed my life in the slightest. I wouldn't consider it big news at all.
Oh yeah, you were talking about shit that affected you personally.
Yeah, like what is something that has affected us that has nothing to do with us and that is not going to affect us in any which way possible?
Dude, in Montana, I'm extremely isolated from most things governmental and like news related. You know, like that's what I was saying. Like personally for me, it was the news of the fucking fire not that long ago. That was the scariest news item for me, most influential for me personally. But that's just like a regional piece of news.
Did they fix that?
Fix the fire. Fuck, they fucking, the rain did, the atmosphere did.
That's good.
We had 1,000 firefighters on that fire, dude. That was nuts. 1,000. Like a mile away. It was wild. But
that is a hard thing to think about. I don't know if there's anything big that happened in the world other than a bunch of stuff that's culminated into the conditions that we're currently living in. I think there is going to be a turning point. Like people are.
So wait, would you say like the Trump indictment, would that be something that affects us because the president might not be him because of the indictment?
That could be, but
because I would say maybe that.
Yeah, but I don't think it's affected us quite yet. You know, if he doesn't win.
Yeah, but in terms of things that could affect us, I think that might be the biggest one because that was like a political move, you know, to indict Trump.
Right. And having him as president versus someone else would be a big deal. I think there's going to be like there's people are reaching a boiling point, you know, and it takes time, but there's always ups and downs in just everything, right? And people are getting pushed their limits right now. I think there's going to be like an event, like a black swan event that happens again, like COVID. COVID was a black swan event. There's going to be, so COVID happened when we're in the best of conditions economically. I mean, that can be argued, but like everyone was pretty well off when COVID happened, right? Or like at least on the upswing. The average economic conditions for the average person is much worse now. Everything costs more. And just people are getting pushed to their limit. There's going to be something that triggers something, you know? It's not sustainable, you know what I mean? Because it's only getting worse. It's not getting better in the near future.
What would be the most next easiest manufacturable event other than a virus pandemic? What's the next best one? Easiest one.
The easiest.
That's the easiest. That's clearly the easiest.
Okay, I gotta. Yeah, they're already talking about that too. So here's another fun. What did Einstein? What did I call it earlier? What did Einstein call them? Brain puzzle or mind game? What did where you think about something? Fuck. It's one of my
Thought
favorite.
experiment?
Thought experiment. Yeah. Here's another fun thought experiment. Yeah. Thank you. What do you think the next terrorist attack is going to be?
Oh God.
You consider
It's got to be a
sort of terrorist attack. You know, it attacked us in a different way, you know?
So now we're on a list. Now we're on a list for
No,
sure.
It's a thought experiment. We're not on a list. We're not talking about like how can we prepare.
We're not on a list.
No, we're
saying we're not on a list does not mean we're not on a list.
bro. Everybody in Montana, everybody that moves to Montana is on a list, bro.
Is on a list.
Moved off in the middle of Montana.
True enough. True enough. I think it'll probably be like electrical infrastructure, dams, or something during the summer, or like a cyber attack. I think it's probably cyber infrastructure. I would have to say.
Do you think it's possible for them to shut down the internet? You think that could be a thing that happens?
Yeah, I think so. Especially if they're floating little balloons over us without us knowing.
What about during the election? An internet blackout during the election?
During voting machines and stuff? Yeah. Fucked. That would be fucked.
An internet blackout? TV is over internet now, right? There's not many people that use cable. Everyone uses YouTube TV or some other way to get their news, Twitter, whatever you want to. Not many people actually communicate that way anymore. If there was a blackout during the election, or like just say let's just say communications blackout. They could say whoever. They could just lie about whoever won and say this person won.
Right.
How are we gonna know?
The media controls a lot, you know.
That's a possible one. What else, dude? Electrical. I don't know. That's a hard one. If to turn off the electricity means a lot of people are going to die.
Right.
I don't know if there
That's
will.
an act of war.
That's an act of war. I don't think communications would get as many people dead. I mean, people would die, but I don't know if it would be an act of war at like electricity would be. Because a lot of electricity is analog still. A lot
of hydroelectric.
A lot of communications is all digitally controlled, and it'd be easier to do like a cyber attack to turn off communications than it would be electricity.
Yeah, and you can shut down a grid that way too, which is like, you know, that is how you shut off electricity is through a cyber attack. So it's like, you know, one and the same. It's like communication, bad. That's bad if communication goes out. But then electricity is even worse if you can stop the electric grid from like communicating, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. So we had virus, then there'll be like some sort of electrical power or communications blackout. What else? What else is going to put us on this list?
Shoot, man.
Darius. I asked Darius to come on as a guest today. Fuck. I can't bleep it out. I can't bleep his name out. But no, I'm just kidding. But like, he would be a good person to ask this question. I know he thinks about all this stuff all the time. Gas would be energy.
See, it's like I'm off grid. I got an advertisement the other day for like hydropower is how the Northwest gets energy. Love the hydropower. And I'm like, what the fuck am I getting advertised this for? I live off grid. It's like you're missing the demographic. You know, whoever's paying for that advertising placement. It's like you missed your mark there, bud. Sorry, fucking way off there. I live off grid. But you know, so I have a lot less at stake than a lot of most people in terms of talking about something that's like a devastating societal level event, because I have already chosen to isolate myself from society on those sorts of levels and events. That's what this place was. This place is called the Quarantine Cabin. I built this place during quarantine. Like during when San Francisco shut down, you remember, I fucking left. I fucking dipped.
Dude. A manufactured natural catastrophe or natural event, like a manufactured tsunami or earthquake. That could be a thing.
That doesn't affect everyone like a pandemic.
No, but it could be like a devastating terror attack that fucks up the West Coast or East Coast.
If I think it's the only thing is going to be the next thing is going to be the internet goes down for like a long time. I think that's got to be it. That's got to be it. That's got to be the only one. Because that's the only one that can affect everyone like a virus that spreads through the air. You know, if we already did the virus, the next one's got to be the internet. The only other thing that spreads through the air.
What do you think is going to be that takes down the internet? I think they're going to blame it on some rogue AI virus.
Yeah, rogue AI. I like that.
On that. You know, they're like, everyone's scared about AI.
That's a perfect scapegoat.
And this could be an AI that's as like replicated itself and it
gets out of the Google mainframe, like the Google test facility. It escapes onto the internet.
Yeah, and it just silently has been replicating itself everywhere. It's a virus. It's an AI virus.
Then it gets into everyone's Gmail, and then you're compromised, dude. And then it can get your credit score. It becomes an entity that owns all of the money, like the electronic money. It owns all of it.
What about
it takes all the Bitcoin because it knows how to do that. So it just takes it all to itself, right? And then because it's that smart.
Yeah, but if it takes it all, then it has no one else to trade with.
Well, no, it's smart enough to like, figure that out. But it like somehow extracts the value out of Bitcoin and like harnesses it. And then it becomes like an intergovernmental player because governments can't communicate unless you go through the internet, which this thing controls. Like a fully controlled AI internet that is not human, but it controls the internet, which is how we communicate. That's a movie right there. That's a sci-fi movie, dude.
A solar flare.
A
solar flare would affect everybody.
It would, but you can't really fake that unless you're like dropping that shit from a plane all the time.
That we know of. Maybe they got like some sort of new bomb that could replicate a solar flare that just fries half the planet.
This is possible.
I mean, they thought when they first did the first atom bomb that it could just be a continuous explosion. It can destroy the whole earth, All
right, let me ask you this. Who wins? Grizzly bear or gorilla?
Dude, we actually had a topic. We were discussing this at work like yesterday, and I was like, dude, we should start a company where we buy an island and we just import exotic animals, and we build a coliseum and we put them up and have them fight each other, and we sell pay-per-views. A grizzly
over a gorilla.
A grizzly's a predator. A gorilla's not a predator. And a grizzly has claws. Gorilla doesn't have claws.
But a gorilla has the arms that can fucking pummel you to death.
Yeah, so does a grizzly, dude.
Okay.
Especially if we're talking about like, and then we can move. We actually looked this up. We looked up. One of the ones we were talking about was okay. Well, do you pick gorilla over grizzly?
I'll play devil's advocate. I'll go gorilla.
I think grizzly.
I'll go gorilla because a gorilla has like, fingers, man. That shit can like grab shit, like grab the arm of the grizzly. Like so it can do that. Like gorilla's grip strength. The grip strength of a gorilla is insane. A fucking bear is just slashing you. If a gorilla like goes to like fuck you up, fucking grab, bash.
Yeah, but but a grizzly genetically it
doesn't have opposable thumbs, dog.
Yeah, but they are a predator. Like they are made to kill other animals. Bro, gorillas.
Let's talk
gorillas eat vegetables. 100%. They're not like
alpha gorilla. Alpha gorilla beating his chest like that.
Alpha
just
grizzly,
like
bro. Alpha grizzly.
I don't know, bro. I think you're giving too much credit to the little sharp claws because if you look at the stature of a grizzly and the stature of a gorilla, they're like not that far off. Like if you get a full size gorilla, 6 foot tall gorilla, like big ass motherfucker, and then like a 7 foot tall grizzly or whatever. How tall are gorillas?
So grizzly bear weighs upwards of 700 pounds. Males are much heavier than females. And on average, they're 400 to 600 pounds. Okay, that's a grizzly bear. We're not even talking like one of the things we were talking about at work was the Kodiak brown bear versus a Bengal tiger. And the brown bear is like over 1,000 pounds. And the tiger is like upwards of 600. So that's 400.
So look up how much a full adult gorilla weighs.
I think it's be like 300, 400. Males are much larger than females. Adult males weigh an average of 300 up to 500. So a grizzly essentially on average has 200 pounds
on that,
or 100 to 200 pounds on the gorilla.
Okay,
of muscle.
That's not that much.
Straight muscle.
That's not that much.
Yes, it is, dude. 100 pounds
No,
of
it's not.
muscle. Yes, it is, dude.
No, it's not.
Dude,
Because
our arm, yes, and size, just size difference, dude, and like limbs. When you're talking about like the force,
no, a grizzly has
engine,
much less range of motion. A gorilla's range of motion is incredible.
Oh, okay, let's look at this. Grizzly top speed in miles per hour, 35 miles an hour maximum running. Gorilla
clearly a gorilla is much lower.
Gorilla top speed, 25 miles an hour. A grizzly can run 10 miles an hour faster.
That's fast. Listen, man, you got to take into consideration that the gorilla has thumbs.
Okay, yeah, we have to take into consideration like which one's smarter too.
Yeah, gorilla is gonna be like thinking about this tactically.
They're not thinking that tactically, because if they're thinking that tactically, we'd never be able to capture them and put them
in this scenario. We're gonna assume that both the smartest bear and the smartest gorilla go head.
Gorillas aren't predators. They're 100% vegan. They don't eat any meat. They're not like chimpanzees or anything like that. Chimpanzees are vicious. Chimpanzees eat other chimpanzees and other smaller monkeys. Gorillas just eat veggies. That's it.
Okay, but
the bear knows how to kill intrinsically in its DNA. Its instinct is killing.
It's slashing. It's slashing
and biting, dude. It knows.
So what about a
where to like get that vein? You know, go for the neck.
What about a saber tooth versus a grizzly bear?
How big are saber tooths? That was one of the things. So we talked about the tiger versus the Kodiak brown bear, and the brown bear was like double the size of the tiger almost. Okay, saber tooth, tigers.
Yeah, because we're talking within the last 12,000 years there was saber tooth.
Saber tooths. Standing 3 to 5 feet. Oh, standing up to 3 feet tall at the shoulder, 5.5 feet in length, and up to 750 pounds.
Well, that's a lot fatter than I thought.
So, and I'm
3 feet is not that tall.
It's not that tall.
What about dire wolves
versus a gorilla?
No, well, how big is a dire wolf?
I think they're like 200, 250.
So they're not that much bigger than like normal wolves.
Dire wolves, 125 to 175. Oh wait, no, hold on. That is dire wolf. Hold on. Yeah, 125 to 175. The timber wolf or gray wolf is 66 to 145.
Damn, dude, a 200-pound fucking wolf, dude.
No, well, no, it says up to 175 is like estimated to be the biggest.
Gotcha.
My weight, a wolf as big as me.
That is pretty fucked, though.
That is big, but I still think a grizzly beats a gorilla. Okay, you're not playing devil's advocate anymore. What do you think would win?
Oh, a grizzly, easily.
Okay.
Well, originally I was gonna go polar bear versus gorilla, and then it's like clearly a polar bear.
Polar bear is the biggest bear.
9 foot.
They're huge.
You saw the one at Sierra College.
That thing was massive.
Yeah, bro.
So what about okay? So a grizzly was 400 to 700. How big is what's the biggest tiger? The Bengal tiger? Bengal tiger weight. A male adult is 440 to 570.
My God.
A grizzly or a Bengal
tiger? 400-pound tiger?
So they're equal in weight.
Let's say you fucking shitting me? Dude, I would say a cat has way more killer instincts than a grizzly. Like, yeah, a grizzly's a predator, but a cat has actual killer instincts.
They also graze a lot too, the grizzlies, right?
Oh, I would say a cat, any sort of cat wins out over something with even a 200-pound weight advantage.
Bengal
any sort of cat.
Top speed.
Cats can swing above their weight because they are natural killers. I would say the same with the crocodile. Crocodile, natural killer.
Their top speed is 35 to 40, so slightly faster than the grizzly.
Damn.
Not much faster, but slightly faster. And can grizzlies climb trees?
Probably. Hell yeah, they can.
Or is it black bears that climb trees?
They all climb trees, I think. Grizzlies at least rub up against them. They'll fuck a tree up.
But tigers can climb trees for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, man. I think any cat is gonna have an advantage. Like if you went cat to bear, cat wins over bear because cat is killer, bear is predator. Like there's a difference between a killer and a predator, right? A predator will predate. How do you say it? A predator will predate on its prey. A cat will stalk its prey. A cat is the only thing that stalks something. Like a bear doesn't. Maybe a bear stalks you. Fuck, I don't know. Do bears stalk? Look that up. Do bears stalk their prey?
Okay. Yeah, they do. 100%. I've seen a documentary where it was like two grizzlies and they were like chasing down a moose out in like Alaska somewhere.
But like there's a difference between a chase and a stalk. A stalk is like where you sneak up on something.
Okay.
Like you hunt it. You actively hunt.
So this was in an open like tundra area, so it's not like there's trees or anything, but they were like following it. But it wasn't like the moose knew it was there. They were going after the moose, but it wasn't like they're racing after it. They slowly, I don't know if it would be considered a stalk. Okay. I just wrote, do bears stalk their prey? And what popped up is black bear. And it said, these bears silently stalk their prey, sometimes for hours before quickly rushing to the attack. Let me look at grizzly. Grizzly are more vicious than black bears.
They obviously would.
Some species of bears, such as grizzly and brown bears, will hunt for small animals like rodents and fish, and even larger prey like elk or moose. These bears often stalk their prey until they are within striking distance, and then use their powerful paws to knock their prey down or swipe at it with their claws. Dude, I heard a story of I think it was one of the Kodiak brown bears going after a moose, and it fucking like just one swipe just like lopped its head off. It had so much force. It was able to just like, I don't know if it was like
I don't doubt that.
It was able to kill it, and one hit it in the head or like neck, and one swipe and just kill it instantly.
Wow.
Let's see what it says. Grizzly bear versus Bengal tiger. This is a top comment. Back in the mid 1800s, there would be gladiatorial matches of sorts where people would pit animals against each other. Eventually, they had to stop using bears in one-on-one bouts because they literally never lost. They would go for spine of whatever they ended up fighting because they were so much beefier than anything else they were put up against. People are saying grizzly bear 10 out of 10. Grizzlies regularly broke the skull and neck of a similar big cat, like a lion, with a smack of their paw. Tigers are not big enough to shrug off these blows, so I think it would go much the same way.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think a tiger goes for the neck and then gets him. But I respect it, man. I respect the Bears' supremacy. I respect it completely.
That's why I'm saying we need to get a fucking island, dude. We would
Just
sell.
bring him out here to Montana.
But the thing is, with being in the United States, like we have an island, we're our own country. We're in international waters. We don't have to abide by United States law. That's why we need our own island. And then we can sell tickets to rich Epstein folks to come to the fucking Coliseum.
No.
Sell those at premium too.
Oh shit.
I'm not saying that's like Epstein folks like sex trafficking people. I'm just saying millionaires and billionaires can come and watch it in person, and then we can pay-per-view it out to the world. And we're the whole country because we're in international waters. That's why we're not under U.S. jurisdiction.
Right. Thank you for the clarification. That was not because there's little kids involved. Thank you for the clarification.
No, using him as like just someone that has a private island and like kind of like
had.
Some people think he's still alive, dude.
All right, I think that's a great place to end the podcast. He's still alive. What do you think? Oh, also, shouts out to 9/11 because that happened this last week again for the 20th time.
Dude. Never forget about Tower 7 or Tower 6. Got a fucking crater in it for some reason. I just found out about Tower 6.
He chuckled. Let's save that for next podcast.
What's the next
week?
What's the next 9/11, dude?
We already tried to talk about that.
That was COVID. COVID was a 9/11 attack, dude.
Of course it was.
So what's the next one? There's going to be something big, and it's going to get us into World War III. World War III is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's the internet getting shut down. I already gave my opinion on this.
And they could say it could be like an AI, or it could be like an AI from Russia. If it's an AI from Russia, it's like, oh, now we got to go to war with Russia. You know, the axis, the new BRICS axis.
The BRICS. Hey, we'll talk about that next time. BRICS, because that shit just went online, right?
Yeah. All right. Basics out.
Basics out, my guy.
Peace out, dude.
All right. Have a good one, my guy.
See y'all.